What's up, people? I love Dictation with AI. And if you're using Dictation already, I know I can improve how you use it. And if you're not using it, you're in luck because I'm about to show you the best way to write documents with AI and Dictation and how to make that two-step system that I'm about to teach you improve over time. So stick around because I'm going to be giving you some automations to make this whole thing run in a loop. Now, you're going to need two things. You're going to need an AI agent that can create and write documents for you. I like to use Codex and Markdown documents, or Claude Code or Claude Cowork and Markdown documents. And then you should get Typeless. I've been using Typeless lately. I think it's the best one that I've used on Mac. Download it, and then you go through the setup and you can give yourself a hotkey to use it. So I'm using Option plus spacebar. The cool thing that I like about it that makes it different and helps me with my writing is you can do a second hotkey with Typefully, and it'll use AI to like search for you, but you don't have to leave what you're doing. So you don't have to go context switch and use ChatGPT or Gemini. So like earlier for this memo I was writing, I was like, what's the yen to USD exchange rate? And so then bang, I can just copy this and put it in wherever it's relevant in the memo. This is a made up memo, but put it in at the end. Okay, so that's how you use Typeless. Get that installed. Next, I'm going to walk you through just this simple two-step system. So anytime I write anything, I start by going into Codex, opening a new thread, or if I've already written a similar kind of document, I'll go back in that existing thread and I'll say, draft me a memo for a project update on an AI software app that I'm working on. So that's step one, make an outline. So it'll give you a good format that you can use and reuse. And then I'll just brain dump using Typeless, and I'll say like, change the overview to talk about how we're going from Sprint 2 to Sprint 3. The project goal is to ship a fully functional iOS app. Our current progress is that we're on Sprint 3 of 4, and key progress includes soft launch and beta testing. Our product focus is on a new version that adds in social functions. Now create the first draft of this memo. That's what you're going to say. Make it Markdown file. Okay, this is going to seem stupid, but here's the key part of this system. Make a copy of this memo that doesn't change and keep this one as our working draft to make edits in. And here's why we do this. I don't trust AI companies to make their AI learn how I write in my voice over time. So I'm looking for shortcuts to just pour that context into an agent every time I use it. And what I do is I'll go through whatever memo or whatever document I'm working on, and at the bottom I will just brain dump my thoughts with Dictation. So you can update. So at the end of the working draft, I'll add like a Billy's comments section and then go crazy. The overview needs to be 2 sentences. Current progress needs to have bullet points. Product focus needs to say it adds in social functionality and say this version is built for virality. And then the blockers are, I don't know, accounting. Make the conclusion less wordy. Make sure everything's in my voice. So I've left my comments there at the bottom, and then I'm going to say rewrite the project update using the comments I left in the working draft. Write it in my tone. Use my voice. Don't use M dashes or AI writing, and preserve the core points, but cut down anything that's generic or fluff. Make it concise. And I just do loops of that. That's it. You can make an edit like that like every minute and a half, and eventually you get pretty good at it. Okay, and you can see how different these documents are now. I mean, they look totally different. You can see this one's way less wordy than the initial AI one. And then finally, the way to make this all improve is say, look at the initial version and then our final working draft and pull out some editorial rules for future memo writing and put them into an editorial rules markdown file that will just keep a running list writing tips for agents in. This is how it makes itself better. I know you can use Claude MD files and skills and things like that, but I just think this is easier. You can take that editorial rules and put it in any other project. Then when you start another thread, if it's messing up, you can have it go look at your final memos. And then if you want to go further, I do this in Codex or Claude. You can go into automations and do like editorial rules update. Every day, look for new files in this folder, compare the initial version of the draft to the final working version, and extract 3 editorial rules and put them in editorial rules markdown file. Make sure you deduplicate rules. And that's pretty much it. You'll get better at writing over time. And this is how I write like everything. So hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully this makes sense. You don't need a system for everything, but I do think you need to be intentional about Dictation and AI because it's not hard, just a little bit of extra effort to write a lot better, in my opinion. So give it a shot. As always, I'm Billy from the Rundown University. Stay frosty and peace.